mold, mold removal tool. No, you fool. Practical removal tool. Interns very, very delicately remove the infected specimen. Examine carefully. Ah, yes. More. I have to sacrifice these plants, I guess. All specimens removed. What up, everybody? Your boy Dumblizo here, back with another episode of Dumblizo Does. As you know, we're back with an update on our terrarium. Alright, I mean terrariums. Let's get into this. So, like the big dummy I am, I was recording all that and my mic wasn't on. So we got absolutely no audio. Me big dumb dummy. Sorry, guys. Let's start that over. Terrarium number one. Alright, so I'll start with the first lesson I learned, like what I was trying to say a minute ago. This one, when I was building it, I kept spraying it with the water and kept spraying it. Um, I didn't realize that I had sprayed it way too much and got water. I filled the bottom with water. I tried to clean out as much as I could. There wasn't a lot I could do about it, so I left it like that. That's why it's super steamy and you can't see in there. It actually started to grow mold too, unfortunately. I was going to open it and try and dry it, but I decided that that wasn't really an option. I decided I was going to let this one just go and see what happens because there is some other stuff growing in here. There's some bright green algae or something right there. There's some bright green algae or moss or something growing on the little rocks inside. There's a couple tiny little sprouts of seedlings of something that started too, so we'll see what this turns into. I decided this one I'm just going to leave sealed and let it do whatever it does. If it fills full of mold and has to be thrown in the dumpster, then so be it. But we're just going to let it go and see what happens with this one. Alright, terrarium number two. One of the little tykes. Just got a little moss in there. There was a little sprout or something in there, but it died. Let's see, where's... There we go. There is a little succulent that I also put in there. Just a little clipping from a succulent that I dropped in there. And it seems to be doing just fine. The moss is a little brown, but seems to be doing just fine, and there's no mold in it, so I think that's a good little one. It's still happy. Number three is its twin. You see the moss in there is actually doing really good. There's some like white mold or something right there that's on the wood that's in there. So I put a couple pieces of wood that had really nice moss in it too. But the other moss looks really good, so we'll see how this one continues to go. It's nice and green. Looks really nice. Like I said, I built these two the same night that I built the first terrarium. An itchy face today. So I have this thing. When I'm streaming, I tell everybody that as soon as I start streaming, the second I click the live button, I my nose starts to itch, my eyes start to itch. I instantly start like scratching my face, and I look like a dummy. So I'm going to do that here too, because I guess I'm nervous and it makes my face itch. All right, back to this one. This is number 4. Yeah, this is number 4. You can see this one's got mushrooms in it. I'll show you a couple pictures of it before they fell over. I had to dig them kind of out of like a stump, so I wasn't sure if they were going to survive actually, and so I actually put them in there hoping that I'd get the spores from them to grow other mushrooms in there. I put lots of decaying wood in there because that's what it was in. But as you can see, all the moss is doing really good in here. I haven't. Okay, that's a lie. I cracked this one once when the mushrooms first started to fall down, and it smelled really, really bad. So I sealed it back up, and I won't be opening this one ever again. This one is now permanently sealed. It's probably toxic. Uh, when the day comes, this one's definitely going in the dumpster. But as you can see, all the little mosses in there are doing really good. So this one we'll keep an eye on too, see how it's going. Like I said, obviously this project ran away with me. It's kind of obvious though. I like plants. I have house plants and stuff. These over here, cuttings that I got from my boss, they're just succulents. They literally there was a pile in the corner of just succulents that he was like, oh yeah, you can take all those cuttings. I'm not going to use them. So there's no roots or anything on them. I just planted them in that pot all together. I'm hoping for them to root. We'll keep an eye on those. So yeah, like I said, I like plants. I've done fairy gardens, my house plants. I'm a landscaper. I like plants and building. I like building with nature. So it's kind of obvious that I was going to make more terrariums. And I had a lot of leftover moss, so I couldn't let it go to waste. And what is this, number 5? Alright, yeah, terrarium number 5. There's a little nail bottle, like vitamin E fluid or something my wife had that she was out of, so I cleaned it out and put this in there. There's 2 little plants in there. There's a little sprout that came naturally out of the moss. Then another little succulent that I put in there. That was just a little tiny ground cover that will fill this bottle. It'll be way too much, but I'll pull it out of there eventually. I guess we'll see how full it gets and see what happens. All right, so my newest one that I'm the happiest with so far. I'll give you a rotation because I've got a couple other videos I took of this one. This one I decided I'm not going to keep sealed. I decided that I'm going to keep it sealed. All right, I'm going to put saran wrap on the top of it to keep it sealed, but I'm going to open it regularly. I'm going to water it and keep an eye on it. I don't want this one to grow mold. It's already kind of grown a little bit of mold in the corner. I opened it the first day to get all the mold out, let it dry out a little bit, and hope the mold will go away, which it has. The corner itself doesn't look good that it came from, but I guess that's what it is. A lot of the plants are looking like they're doing really good. A couple of the dead plants look like there are plants nearby coming in from the moss naturally, new sprouts. So we'll just take those and let them be as they are. I don't think I'll mess with any of that, but I will, like I said, I will be opening it and watering it and letting it air out so the mold doesn't build. Yak, 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 yak. Sorry about that, everybody. If I'd let that guy keep going, he would have went on for an hour, and this video would have never ended. So as I'm sitting here editing this and falling asleep because I'm a little bit bored, I started to realize that all my content here is a little bit boring because I'm just yammering on. Yam, 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 yam. So I decided to stop here and we'll give it an update. So all the terrariums are doing really well. The first one that I showed you that had the insects and such in it. They all seem to have died at this point. I'm not sure what happened. I think there was too much water. Like I said, we live and we learn. Hopefully PETA doesn't get mad. The other new terrarium is doing really well. So it's been a few days and I've been editing and it just never ends. The editing is the hardest part of this, so we're going to keep working on it. I just wanted to be sure that I was being true to my viewers and making sure I was keeping my promises. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys that sneak peek now, which is here. We're going to show you just the bed. This is the update on the model. So if you've been watching my videos, you know that I promised an update on this. The little silver stripe here, a hand painted on there. It's a little bit choppy, but I think that gives it character and it makes it feel like a real hand painted foot pinstripe. Maybe that's because it is. Once again, we'll be working on the truck. In the next video, we'll be finishing it up. There's a couple obstacles that I had to overcome that I'll be showing and explaining, and well, I think we'll be buttoning it up. That'll be it. Then we'll start on our mini diorama, which will be our next project for the truck. We'll be building a small desert diorama for the truck to be parked in. Also, we got some treats today that I want to show you. We went to my Aunt Shauna's house to help her set up her new YouTube account that I can't wait for it to start because you guys are going to love it. I'm going to make sure to tag it here when we do. She's an amazing artist and a creator of all sorts. She can make anything out of anything, and her style of art is just out of this world and beyond anything I've ever seen before, and you guys are going to love it, and you're definitely not going to want to miss it, so make sure you stick around for that as well. As soon as that YouTube channel is active, I'll be all over making sure to share that so you guys all know about it. But she gave us some treats. Show you a little picture here. No, no, she didn't give us any chicken nuggies, alright? Although I could use some chicken nuggies right now. No, but she gave us some art supplies and just some gifts here, so we want to give her a shout out now. This is all from my aunt, Shauna Scott. As soon as your YouTube channel's up, Boo, I swear we're gonna get you on here. And I call her Boo because that's my Boo mom. You guys will learn to know her as Mama Na, but she'll be my Boo mom always before, so don't get it twisted. There's a couple things of really dense, like sculpting foam. Be able to hot glue them together and build on top of each other and stuff and sculpt them into something. So we'll figure out something with this. Some of these supplies she gave me we have no immediate use for, but she gave them to us and we're going to use them. We'll find something for them. You know how it is with art. Sometimes you have to be inspired by the things that you have. These are some super sticky double-sided foam pads as well. We'll find a use for those too. She gave us this little roll of super thick, I guess it's like baking paper basically. But it's so we don't have to have the shiny tin foil on our desk anymore. And we can try and preserve it. She gave us this nifty little bag here full of all sorts of treasures. Wonder if maybe I should pour them out on the table and show them on the table. We're not pouring it all out. There's no point in pouring it all out. It's all the same stuff anyways. But just give us sea glass. Blue and white sea glass. So those are going to be awesome in some of our terrariums and fairy gardens and such. I'm sure we can find all sorts of uses for this stuff. Maybe pouring it out was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done that. Should have just gotten a handful of it and showed it to you just like I did. But as we've stated before, you're a dummy. You're a big, big, dumb dummy. You're a big, dumb dummy. Alright. Now that that's cleaned up, let's move on to the next item she gave us. What else did she give us? She gave us some really cool, like, carbon paper. In case we need to transfer any sketches or anything. Also, yeah, let's see here. She gave us a jar for a terrarium and some items for some terrariums. She gave us this piece of broken stained glass, which we'll see what this will become one day. It looks like it used to be a moon. There's another piece down in here. It used to go like that. So we'll use these for something someday maybe. Just give us a couple of these little mirrors. Just little round mirrors. Again, don't know what we'll do with those, but we'll find a use for those somewhere too. Maybe they'd be cool in a little reflecting pond or something in a terrarium. Just gave me this super awesome seashell. Uh-oh, it's too white. You guys can't see it. It's got lots of little cool crevices and holes in it, and she insisted that it belonged in a terrarium, that she felt that it belonged in one. So this one is going to go inside this jar that she gave us. This is the jar she gave us for a terrarium. So this will go in there, and this terrarium will be called Boo Mom because she donated everything for it. And again, we'll link you a page as soon as she has it. This rock is amazing too. I don't know if you guys will be able to see the colors of this. Let's see if I can block off the light maybe. Kind of, but not really. It's a beautiful blue and green, and has all these cracks that I hope maybe moss will grow in. It's a really nice piece right here. Give us a bunch of these little beads here. Have like a pattern on them. We've all got different ones. Got a handful of those. Got some magnets. So this is all stuff that came from her. She has a crazy, crazy amount of creating stuff because she's just got so many different skills and so many different talents and so many different pieces of artwork that have mass amounts of stuff in it. You know what I mean? So she's definitely an inspiration to me and has been my entire life. Oh yeah, final thing she gave us. This is actually a pretty cool piece. I always wanted these and have zero use for it, but I'm glad I now have them because they're cool. I can't get them on my headphones or anything, but you get the idea. Just gave me some cool steampunk glasses. So maybe these will be featured in a video later too. So again, thank you, Boo Mom. Thank you very much for all these things. I'm sure I'll incorporate them into all sorts of pieces of art. Also, again, everybody, I can't wait to see her channel. Also, we'll be doing lots of collabs together, so look forward to that. We're going to do a lot of cool things. We already have some cool plans ahead, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for all my new videos. Thank you for coming and thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out.